Hello, I am editor Than Mai. I will provide you with the latest information of the day. Scientists may have found Atlantis. And it's not where you think. The legend of Atlantis never really disappears. It gets revisited, adjusted, and debated when new findings raise fresh questions. Lately, professionals have focused their attention on locations in Spain and parts of the Atlantic. By combining archaeology, satellite imagery, and ancient texts, they are building a case for a version of Atlantis that doesn't match the usual assumptions, but feels closer to reality. A suspected city beneath Spanish marshes. In 2011, researchers used radar and satellite scans to investigate the wetlands near Cádiz, Spain. They spotted ring-shaped forms beneath the surface, which resembled the multi-ring layout Plato described. Some believe these align with the fabled city's layout. This discovery remains one of the strongest modern leads for locating a real-world counterpart to Atlantis. Tsunami evidence. Richard Freund and his team linked the buried site near Cádiz to a massive ancient tsunami. They based their theory on geological data and historical tsunami events, including the destructive 1755 Lisbon wave. The terrain shows signs of sediment displacement that suggest an intense aquatic force swept through migration after disaster. As they dug deeper, Freund's team discovered inland cities that mirrored the suspected Atlantis in layout and design. These areas, located far from the coast, might have been built by refugees who survived a flood or tsunami. Their similar architecture supports the idea that displaced communities attempted to rebuild familiar environments. Underwater structures off Sicily. 3 years later, divers retrieved orichalcum ingots from shipwrecks off Sicily, the largest island in the Mediterranean Sea, just south of the Italian peninsula. Ancient texts say this alloy covered Atlantis's temples, submerged ruins near Donana. Not long after, a private group, Merlin Burrows, used advanced imaging to detect underwater foundations off Donana National Park. Their 2018 scans revealed what looked like temples and sea walls, possibly over 10,000 years old. A lost island west of Ireland returns to focus. Another interesting theory surfaced in 2019, when historian Matt Simpson examined old maps showing an island named Friesland. For several centuries, this phantom island appeared on European maps of the North Atlantic, usually just south of Iceland. Unlike real landmasses, Friesland never existed. Its presence on maps was due to navigation errors, misidentified coastlines, and the influence of the forged Zano map from the 16th century. As explorers charted the Atlantic more accurately, Friesland was gradually erased from maps. A monument found deep in the Caribbean. The search went as far as the Caribbean, where experts in 2021 came across a massive underwater stone formation off Cuba's coast. Spanning several hundred meters, the site features large blocks arranged in geometric patterns. Its origin is still debated, and the unusual layout has kept it in the conversation as a possible link to the long-lost city. A yellow brick road in the Pacific Atlantis made headlines once again in 2022 when marine biologists exploring waters near Hawaii recorded a strange seafloor outline. The location looked like a paved path, leading the team to nickname it the Yellow Brick Road to Atlantis. Later analysis showed it was naturally fractured volcanic rock, not man-made. Ancient Tartessos statues resurface in Spain, but the search for the lost city didn't stop there. As interest grew, researchers circled back to Spain for new clues. In 2023, archaeologists uncovered 5 carved busts at Casas del Tarunuelo, a Tartessian site in southern Spain. This Bronze Age culture vanished mysteriously, and some specialists see their sudden disappearance and advanced design as possible links to the Atlantis legend. Circular ruins near Chipiona match historical accounts. That wasn't the only find in Spain drawing attention. Divers near Chipiona uncovered circular wall-like structures stretching hundreds of feet across. These shapes resemble the concentric layout the philosopher described in his account of Atlantis. The site's age remains unconfirmed to this day, with its scale and geometry leading professionals to consider it part of a once thriving settlement. A mysterious mountain near the Canary Islands off Spain's southern coast, researchers near Lanzarote in the Canary Islands identified Mount Los Atlantes, a submerged volcanic ridge that once stood above sea level. It gradually sank as volcanic activity ended. Though it predates humans, its location west of Gibraltar fits Plato's geography. Clues reshaped by new locations. Plato's reference to the Pillars of Hercules originally guided scholars toward the waters near Gibraltar. But as time has passed, that focus expanded to include parts of the Iberian Peninsula and the wider Atlantic. New studies suggest that ancient floods may have erased several coastal cities. And that's why people now do not see the Atlantis story as tied to one location. Skepticism remains strong. Many scholars believe the philosopher never meant Atlantis to be taken literally. They argue he used it as a cautionary tale about hubris and the fall of civilizations. One real event often linked to his story is the eruption of Santorini around 1630 BCE. The explosion devastated the Minoans on nearby Crete, wiping out a sophisticated society. Doubts remain despite numerous underwater ruins and intriguing artifacts. No single discovery has confirmed the existence of Atlantis. Some findings suggest ancient civilizations vanished under catastrophic events. Others are natural formations misread through legend. For now, Atlantis remains one of history's most enduring mysteries. Suspended between fact and fiction, the legend continues across centuries. The Atlantis story has fueled novels, documentaries, and heated academic discussions. Writers from Ignatius Donnelly to modern authors have revived the myth. It's appeared in science fiction, fantasy, and speculative archaeology. Even without confirmation of its existence, the lost city remains a powerful narrative. Please like and subscribe to wait for the next information. Goodbye and see you again.